Hello there, Andrew Moscow. How's it going? Welcome back to Terra Invicta. We are live, finally, after such a long break. I'm really happy to be back. It has been a while, but I'm keen to get back into things. I'm here. Can you hear me? It's a little bit earlier than I wanted to start, but that's okay. Let's get going. I was just checking the colonies I set up on Callisto last time. I think I've hit all the ones I want to hit. I'm just looking at the rest of them here. Valhalla is a potential with 24 normal metal and 76 water. I think it's an edge case. Same here with Lima. Or Ilma, potentially. Hey T-Ram, how's it going? Yeah, I think I've hit all the ones I want to hit on Callisto, so they're all under construction right now. I need to name them, which is the first thing I'm going to start doing in this stream. Well, you can see my alt tab. That's not correct. Let me just check the setting for that. That's what the problem is. It should update itself there. And now you can't see me alt tabbing. Perfect. I can keep my secrets. Now, why is the Python not working? How is it going with both of you? Nice to see you both. It has been too long. Hey, Miss Saps, how's it going? Good to see you too. I'm having problems with the replit. It will not run for me. Or maybe I'm just being impatient. Let's just refresh it and try again. Because we need to name all of these stations, all of these colonies. So we've got Jean Monon base, which will need to be renamed. So many click-throughs to get to here. It's gonna run. I've got lots of names, Andrew, from the naming list, which just is not running for me. It's just showing me the code rather than showing me brand. Oh, you're telling me about location. I will check that in a second. Awesome, Miss Apps. That's good. Yeah, this is an interesting time of year. It actually sucks for me to call my family back in the United Kingdom because the time difference is worse. Actually, no, the time difference is better for me this time of year as well. It's a much more comfortable time of year. Okay, I think it's running now. Yes, it is running now. Excellent. So we need a base name for this one. This is Exodus Station 13. Oops, not Wuxidus, Exodus Station. I want to take this stream quite smooth and slow today. Last few times I have been rushing through the stream to try and cover as much content as possible, and I realize that this just isn't the way this game really works. So I'm just going to take it nice and slow. I actually quite like Sun Tzu Base. That's a pretty cool name, but we'll give it a new one. This is going to be called Defense Station Iron. Not quite the right name, but we'll keep it because someone come in. I think that might be I think that's a crash test name. If I change this to the Resistance and I change this to Callisto, I can just go through them from here. It'll be much faster. Oh look, this one's on the sun side, so it's got a sunny background. It's working perfectly, Miss Apps. Don't worry. I was just probably being terrible at how I was running it. This is Alexandria Station. Hey Neil, how's it going? 5 AM. Oof. That sucks, Neil. Once I've completed this playthrough, I think I'm going to revisit my streaming times. Because, oh, whoops. Now, is this a station name or is this an error message, Mishaps? Because it's just come up with, whoops, clicked the wrong button again. I feel like that... Well, I spelled Alexandria wrong. That's really embarrassing. That's Alex and Rhea. Station. Because this is now being called Searching Sunlight Station. That doesn't get changed, but Wang Yan base here is being named according to this. Hey Dan Under Blender, how's it going? Whoops, clicked the wrong button again. That's a great name. I really like the name. Oh, and 3 dots and an ellipsis. Let's hope the aliens do burst out in flames. I think we've got one more to name. Hey Crash Test, how's it going? I think they may have died. I'll check that in a second. I think they got killed trying to storm a station for me. Or they did really badly storming a station. Some weird stuff happened last time. That Scorching Sunlight Station again, we just had that one. This is Autoclave. Just Autoclave, not Autoclave Station or anything like that. Autoclave. Same name. And how many more do we need to name? Just Clausewitz base needs to be renamed. Oops. Space Timbuktu. What's all these noises I'm hearing? Timbuktu. Space Timbuktu. I was sort of spelled with a U there. Save name. Okay, that's all of them named. We're going to take a quick tour of the solar system and actually have a look at what's going on, because there's a lot that I need to check up on here. How do I get these? There it is. All right, let's start with checking in on our fleets. So Crayon Cavalry is our fleet of Marines. Let's jump and have a look at them. They're in Mars orbit right now. It looks like we currently only have one. Hey, Razorback, how's it going? Good to see you. Looks like we only have one Marine transport still in operation, the Courageous. I believe this used to be 2 or 3 ships, so there's definitely something has happened here. The only ship left is the Courageous, which is a crash test Mark II cruiser. And it is, what's the situation here? It's got 4, oh no, it's got 4 elite marine assault units. I think that was just, it was doing its job on its own. I think there was a problem with them taking a base recently though. I thought it was me bubbling in the background too. I don't know what it was. It might have just been a sound effect for clicking on the ship, I'm not sure. So we might need to look at building some more of these. Let's have a look at our different defense fleets. So the Earth defense fleet is currently looking a little bit light. I can see 3 battleships and a whole ton of destroyers. So we probably need to build a couple more battleships to reinforce this fleet. They really did crash test. Next up, so Earth Defense Fleet probably needs to be buffed. I believe Earth Defense Fleet is mostly made up of what was going to be our Interception Fleet, which unfortunately didn't become a thing. Then we've got the Mighty Martians. The Mighty Martians are looking pretty buff. Actually, they've got 3 battleships and destroyers as well. So it's not a hugely powerful fleet. My 3.4k is pretty strong. I think what we were finding towards the end of the last stream is the aliens have changed their strategies and we need to kind of change our ship builds. And it's probably something we need to look at in this stream. We've also got, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. We've also got the Mercury Defense Fleet, which is actually, I've obviously reinforced this fleet. This was a fleet that was looking very, very bad last stream. They got demolished a couple of times. So again, we've got 3 battleships and lots of destroyers. So battleships are definitely something that we're struggling with. EDF for sure. And then we've also got the Jovian Assault Fleet, Scarlet Dawn, which is still looking very powerful, including the Rooster, so you know it's going to be a good ship. A good fleet. What is happening here is this fleet is waiting for Scorching Sunlight Station to have enough power. Oh no, it actually is. The shipyard is powered now. So we should actually be able to get this fleet to dock, but it doesn't seem like we can. So why can't we get them to dock? It's probably to do with Scorching Sunlight Station. I'm guessing the shipyard is not powered. The shipyard does appear to be powered. Oh, there is actually no power on the station by the looks of it. Yeah, we're currently generating 35 power, and this needs 40 power. So we're 5 power short of being able to power this one facility. So we're waiting on the heavy fusion reactor farms coming online before we can repair the Jovian Assault Fleet. In the meantime, we probably have, I think there is an alien fleet on the way. We'll check out Earth in a second. I want to just make sure we're happy with the space. Now, Andrew Bosco, you pointed out one more site, Bran Crater. Bran has 4.2. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is worth grabbing. We'll just do that really quickly. It's only 40 to found a colony there. I need to quickly grab a name for that as well. Give me 2 seconds. It's the bass music. That's what the full pubs were. We've had that one before. This is 5 o'clock rock. 5 o'clock. That's a 0, not an O. O'clock rock. Okay. I haven't built anything in these yet. I'll let the colony cores construct, because nothing else can happen until they're done anyway. Right, so that's the fleet situation. What I'm seeing there is we need to build battleships. Do we have any battleships in our construction queue? We have battleships in construction all around Earth. We don't have any in construction around Mars, and we don't have any in construction around Mercury. So I think we should queue up battleships in all of these other locations as well. Here Be Dwarves is the correct one. So let's build some more interceptor class battleships. So we'll build 1, 2, 3, 4 in fact, we'll build 5 in Mars orbit, and looks like we've got some in construction around Mercury as well, so that's good. We're going to reinforce on the battleships. They're actually docked and repairing? Okay, that's great. I didn't notice that. Yes, docked at Scorching Sunlight Airport. Repair and resupply 20th of February. 4 days they'll be back in action. Thank you for pointing me that out. We can indeed build Titans now, Mishaps. That's right. We have access to them. If we jump into here very quickly and we design a ship class, when it loads, we have the option of selecting Titan as a chassis. And of course, you would use the futuristic Titan, which looks really cool. So we may want to look at coming up with a Titan class ship this stream at some point. Definitely not for the start of the stream though. Let's get caught up with everything else. So we've got ships under construction. Before I have a look at the situation on Earth, I actually want to have a look at alien fleets and just see what they are up to. Okay, so Doom Fleet is still in orbit of their main base at 7.2k power. The aliens in total in system have 55,000, well 56,000 powers worth of fightiness, I guess, and 260 ships. We have a fleet on the way to Low Vesta orbit. I think that's one of their bases. We have a fleet on the way to Earth. That'll arrive on the 20th of October. That's a long way away. Any other fleets in progress at the moment? Lots of fleets just parked. We've got a fleet that's rallying with another fleet here. We've got rally. So there's lots of rallying going on. Rallying with Earth 14th of Jan. I think that's a fleet that ran away. Traveling to low Callisto orbit. Okay. So we have an alien fleet. Victor 487, which is a dreadnought fleet, is on its way to Callisto. And it's going to arrive on the 12th of March. Now, there's some of these other fleets might be reinforcing on it, which is why naming this will help. We'll check that in a second. What else do we have? Nothing else moving here. Nope. Here is a fleet that's running away from Earth because we hurt it. You can see it's got damage here. Okay, this fleet's coming to Earth on the 26th of September. That's a long time away. Fleet on the way to Ceres as well. Why are they heading to Ceres? Oh, I've got stuff there. That's why. Okay, how big is this fleet? Oh, it's a destroyer. My base defenses will be able to deal with that. We've got a fleet coming to Earth on the 9th of March. That's our next one. How big is it? It's one ship. It's a corvette. That's nothing to worry about. More ships. Look, they're reinforcing Doom Fleet. There's a frigate joining Doom Fleet there. That's another fleet running away from Earth. Another fleet running away from Mars. There's lots of fleets running away from me at the moment. That's the main thing. We're not actually getting a lot of engagements. The aliens are running rather than fighting. What's our research situation looking like? So climate change mitigation is about to complete. Antimatter weaponry has started. Antimatter mass production is about to complete. And I've got some random research down here that is all actually paused. Because I'm wanting to focus on all this stuff up here. So the research situation is fine. Let's have a look at the Earth situation.
Ready.
Let's go to see Chuck. So if I remember last time, what we were doing was we were mainly focusing on reducing unrest in most of our locations, places that we were keeping safe. We've pretty much finished constructing the Pacific Defense League as much as we can at this point. So we've got Japan, North and South Korea, we've got Taiwan, we've got Indonesia, all kind of conglomerated into one quite large nation actually. If you look at the area that we're covering here, it's pretty large. That's kind of done. And our next target is we're going to start taking Mexico. And you can see I kind of started working on that last time. We're going to expand the United States of North America down into South America. That's our next big job. So just have a look at the status of our nations. I'm going to go through them one by one. So if we have a look at the European Union here, the European Union is currently dealing with some pretty bad cohesion problems. So we've got really bad cohesion and we've got high inequality. And in order to combat that, I'm focusing on welfare and unity primarily. I am building some space defenses. I am still trying to build navies to get all of my armies navified, which I don't think there's very many left to do. And I am working on just trying to slowly upgrade the military here because it's currently an information age army. But our priority is resolving the issues we have with inequality and cohesion. You can see those are starting to move in the right directions. If we have a look at the Middle East, we've got the same problem here. We've got really bad cohesion, really bad inequality. I am working on trying to resolve that with the unity and welfare and economy investments that I've gone for. Same story is also in the Gulf states. We've had these issues running for a long time and I'm only just now addressing them. So again, cohesion is growing up, inequality is going down, and we're focusing on welfare and unity here. Pacific Defense League, unfortunately, has the same problems. They're in a better, well, they're actually not in a better state, but we've been focusing on them for a little bit longer, so their cohesion is going up, their inequality is going down, and I'm fully focused on welfare and unity in this location for now. America is a different story. America has okay cohesion, and it only has moderate inequality because it's been pretty stable for a long time. I might need to pump welfare a little bit, but I am focusing quite heavily on unity, which I believe is going to help me with my cohesion. No, it'll help me with, yes, it helps me with my cohesion, which is good. So that's the situation on Earth right now. If we have a look, there's no active aliens that we know of. None of our agents have been detected by the aliens.
I'm here.
I'm just checking to see who they've been detected by.
Hub? Ready for my mission.
I have...
Standing by for orders.
I'm not wanting to fix them long-term crash tests, but it got to the stage where I could not spoil them because they were... It was tying up so many resources, just suppressing the unrest, that I figured a little bit of an investment into the country to deal with the inequality means I can go back to spoiling them for a longer period of time. That was the plan. All right. We're still in the xenoforming level view, and you can see there's not really any xenoforming on Earth right now. We still have a fully controlled by the Academy China. They're still in an information age army. India is under control of the initiative, and it's still information age, though they're working on that. The only other really great nation states that we can think of, Pakistan is kind of mixed control. Australia is under control of Humanity First. They have actually quite they're on they're in information age, been very heavily investing in education by the looks of it. And then if we have a look at stations in Earth orbit, all factions and Earth, there's quite a lot of stations here. For some reason, the aliens always want to go after Chang'e Station. This is where they always attack. This is where they always send their fleets. I don't know why. We have a number of level 3 hubs here, producing a lot of stuff. I maybe need to sit and actually go through the stats of what these are producing and what they're actually killing for us. But there's nothing really that scary. This is maybe something... No, not really. It's a level 3 hub, but it's got nothing on it. I'm just looking at what the... what these guys again, the baddies are up to, which isn't very much. They've got 2 stations in Earth orbit. I think there are some moon stations now. Yeah. No, these are all bases. No, they do. They've got Harold Fairhair Station in high lunar orbit, which has point defense arrays and a platform core and a platform... 2 platform cores? That's weird. This must be a solar panel. Oh, this is just the... Okay. And a fusion pile. So there's not much going on there. And then I think there's some stations in Mars orbit as well. That's interesting. The servants have a level 3 station in Mars orbit. What nations do the servants control? I don't think it's very many, honestly. Can I filter by who controls them? So the servants control Sri Lanka, Ecuador, Sudan, the Great Lakes states, Zambia, Malawi, Paraguay, Bolivia, Tanzania, Senegambia. Not really very much, honestly. Not very much. The servants do not have anywhere in the way of a foothold. The bigger problem is the Protectorate. I think that's where we lost a lot of Marines, but we should probably do something about them being here. So let's transfer the Crown Cavalry back to Earth. We'll put them. We'll get them to go to Scaffold Shipyard. And we've got stuff under construction. We don't have any aliens coming this month. I've got to set orders for the Earth crew, so let's get that done. Let's set this to just show our nation's good, and let's sort by inequality, by unrest. So we have high unrest in Saudi Arabia and the European Union. That needs to be dealt with urgently. Me too, Razorback. I really wish they would cause it, do something, do anything. What was that? That was the EU and Saudi Arabia. Yeah, so we need to do something with that. So let's get Chuck to suppress on... No, Chuck has an alien... Okay, there's some aliens in Angola.
Taking it to them.
So he's going to go fight the aliens in Angola. We'll get Guy to suppress unrest in Europe. We'll get Quiet to suppress unrest in Saudi Arabia. Then what else have we got here? So Pacific
Ready
Defense
for
League
orders.
and Gulf states both need. We've got no unrest in the United States. The United States is the chillest nation that we control, which I find hilarious.
We'll restore peace to this
We're just going to spend a term doing
Ready for my mission.
stabilization, and I'm going to get Clark Dad, who's finally come back to Earth after his stint in the mines of Mars, where I banished him for a while. He's just going to help reduce unrest in the EU.
Where to?
Cool. Okay, I think that's good for this turn. Let's confirm assignments, and let's unpause the game and actually get this ball rolling. Let's jump out to the solar system view. We'll speed the game up, and we'll see what happens this turn. Okay, and it's good to be back. I'm really happy to be playing this again. Directed Focus Project. Increase the amount of resources you can spend to increase mission success chance. Sounds like something I should have picked up a long time ago. Let's get that researching. So Directed Focus, we will select this project, and I'll put a little bit of investment in it. It's going to be done in 10 days. Adaptive FDI modeling. Cost of direct investment reduced by 15%. That is also a good tech. Cadre development programs. Special investment points we direct to build army, because these are all good. Okay, so we're suddenly getting lots of pretty good projects coming up after having nothing for quite a while. Research into Hades' nuclear torpedo stolen. The Academy has stolen our nuclear torpedo research. This is something I remember last time. Who are they stealing from? Because if I look through the list, according to this, the Academy don't actually know who any of our agents are.
I will report when my mission is complete.
The Academy aren't
Mission in
on
progress.
any of these, which
Prepping
is
for mission.
concerning. Also, there might be...
Prepping for mission.
Cool. Scarlet Dawn is ready for
Mission in
action, just in
progress.
time for Victor 487 to come over.
Mission in progress. Prepping for mission.
Things are stabilizing.
Violence is abating.
Cool. Plus 2 to purge missions. Our army repair rate increased by 1% today. Increases control point managed capacity by 10. I wanted to get cadre development programs because this seems really useful.
Order is returning.
He who controls
Okay,
the water
climate
controls
change
the world.
mitigation.
That's where we're headed now. But hell, even I know that a dying world isn't really one worth controlling.
Thanks to clean fusion
General
energy,
Sorgenbeck,
carbon-based
All-Speed
nanomaterials,
General
and the development of
Renewable,
alternative, genetically
from
designed
Bogeyman to
food
Golden
sources, the
Reach.
damage wreaked upon our home daily may be drastically reduced. But reversing the changes, the shrinking ice shelves, the floods and the droughts, the unstable inland weather caused by decades of fossil fuel usage and industrial farming will require further action. Our climate scientists have devised a raft of measures to ameliorate the issues and to gradually bring down Earth's temperature. These include so-called space clouds, releasing floods of 1 micron particles into the stratosphere, where they will reflect a portion of sunlight and thus enable the planet to cool. Additionally, our research into biotech and cybernetics now enables the creation of artificial trees, which will scrub carbon dioxide from the atmosphere far more efficiently than our diminished rainforests. These are a combination of our prior breakthroughs in almost every field and will ensure that our world is fit for human life for centuries, even millennia to come. The welfare priority removes 10% more carbon dioxide, the welfare priority removes 10% more methane, the welfare priority removes 10% more nitrous. All oil core resource regions are eliminated, and we can get carbon recapture technologies. What are people saying? There might be a traitor. I don't know, because I've checked everybody, and everyone should have 100% loyalty. Everyone should have max loyalty. Probably inspire people with low loyalty. Nobody has low loyalty, Razorback. Everyone has max loyalty. And Academy may have a faction put to steal that traitors, possibly. Do I have a Skunk Works in Earth orbit? I don't think I do. We're going to have to go through all my stations and check that. Also, we need to decide what we're researching next. So here's the tech tree. If you haven't seen it before, brace yourself. Mission to Saturn is probably our next goal, to be honest. Not that we're going there anytime soon, but we may as well get it researched. What else do we want to look at? Yeah, the Saudis did become a lot less rich, didn't they? Jeremy is spotted by the Academy. Izzy Razorback, thank you for pointing that out. I missed that. The other option is genies, which means our people last for longer. We'll get Jeremy to go to ground next turn. I'm gonna get mission. I think I'm gonna get Mission to Saturn running. Just get that out of the way. Yeah, we're not massively invested in that. Let's have a look at Clark Dad. Yeah, Clark Dad is. I'm certain he wasn't a second ago, but he is now, and that's a good enough reason to get him sorted out. Oh yeah, we're gonna check for Skunk Works in Earth orbit, aren't we? Let's quickly do that. So we want the Resistance in Earth orbit. I don't think we've got a Skunk Works anywhere here. Space Science. Is there a way to just quickly check? None of this is a Skunk Works. Life Science Institute, Social Science Institute, Materials Institute. I'm pretty certain I don't have a Skunk Works. Xenoscience, nothing there. VTuber Nation. This is a military science. This is a space science. This is a social science. What's this? Information science. And these are all fusion farms. Yeah, nope. Party Rock. You're a Xenoscience. You're an Energy Institute. There's nothing there that's new. Your information science. Orbiting Station has nothing new that I can see. What's this? Geriatrics facility. Scaffold is where we build all of our shipyards. It might. Why is it still got a solar farm? That needs to get deleted and replaced with something at some point. Nanofactory complex, okay. Space Station 13 has our space hotels, our space resorts, and our geriatrics facilities. It's generating some money for us. Final Frontier Station actually has 3 slots empty. I didn't realize that. And it's actually pretty badly built, Final Frontier. I need to fix this. Let's get this upgraded to a space resort. And then let's add some more space resorts until I can't. How many farms do we have here? Let's add another another ag complex. Let's add another space resort. Actually, let's get some geriatrics facilities as well. Okay, we need more power. So let's upgrade to a heavy fusion reactor farm. And we need another. That's too much. Can I fit a space resort in? No. Let's just leave that as is for now. That's not what I'm looking for. Stark Tank doesn't have a... Nope. So I do not have a Skunk Works in Earth orbit at the moment. That's the issue. So what we can do is we could actually fit... We've got a slot here. That could be our Skunk Works. If I have Skunk Works unlocked, actually. Energy Institute, Foundry, Fusion Reactor, Geriatrics, Information Science, Marine Battalion, Materials Institute, Space Works, Skunk Works. And we need to upgrade one of our fusion reactor farms. Okay, we can now go to Skunk Works in Earth orbit when that gets completed. Carbon recapture technology is available. Cool, we'll get that done at some point.
Target secured.
Great work, Chuck. Alien Fleet Mind Killers completes transfer. Okay. I don't think I do. So this is a fleet. This is a fleet I need to do something about. This fleet is going around destroying all of my mines in the inner asteroid belt. So we do actually have a site here. We've got the Ferrous Chaos, which is Anderson Station. Anderson Station has point defense arrays and a layer defense array. So it's probably going to do something here. Oh, don't build one. Oh, I thought you wanted me to build one. Okay, I can cancel the construction. It's not a big deal. Can I cancel it? Oh, the Skunk Works is the target for stealing tech. Okay, I'll just chuck a geriatrics facility there then. Oh, even with the new heavy reactor farm, I can't run it. Can I fit a space resort there then? Oops. That was the plan, Razorback, and unfortunately they got destroyed. I want to just put something here to get rid of. Can we fit a farm on? I think it'll be fine once both the reactors are done. So I did actually build a fleet for that specific purpose, Razorback, but the aliens destroyed it, and I had to basically sacrifice it to defend Mercury. So the plan is to rebuild that. Where's Chuck right now? Oh yeah, he was killing aliens. Directed focus is done. Increases the maximum amount of resources you can spend to increase the mission success chance. Cool. Ooh,
upon a dying world,
this is a
sucking it dry
big
long
technology.
past the point when it can still sustain us, and yet an entire galaxy of possibility beckons. Why are we so short-sighted? When will we see that there is nothing left for us here? Director Khalid Al-Ashqar, social media post.
His first and only tweet. A frustrating paradox. Matter antimatter-based reactors could solve our every power need, both on Earth and in space. But the creation of sufficient antiparticles in the first place requires vast amounts of energy, not to mention vast and costly machines. It is not, for instance, even remotely practical to install a 30M antiproton decelerator of the sort housed at CERN within every spaceship. Yet more problematic is that even our most advanced particle accelerators achieve only 0.01% efficiency in terms of converting electricity to antimatter, with the remainder becoming heat, as problematic as it is wasteful. The proposed solution is vast arrays of solar panels in space powering antimatter factories, whose output is then magnetically trapped, ready for transport to spacecraft and terrestrial reactors. In consequence, we have truly achieved the power source of tomorrow. So I believe it's the anti-atom smasher we need to research next. TRM. I'm going to research genies just to get my people to live a little bit longer, and we're going to get carbon recapture technologies. No, was there something else here we wanted? Armor repair rate, alien suffer, communications hub. I think we actually need the communications hub research, so we'll get that done. That helps with Unity. Yeah, and I haven't got any of those in orbit. Okay. So that 9th of March fleet is on its way in, but that's almost the end of the turn. Enemies are planning. Okay, well that's the turnover. Indonesia and the Gulf states have ended their alliance. So the Academy's just suddenly cut ties with me. Oh no, I abandoned Indonesia, that's right. I abandoned Indonesia because I couldn't bring it into the Pacific Defense League, and that's the Academy taking control of it there. So first things first, Clark Dad needs to go to ground. We'll send him to go to ground somewhere. Who could go to ground up here?
Hunkering down.
We'll get a look at our current situation. See, unrest crash test, if you notice, is just so untenable for me right now. I can't stay on top of the unrest. It's really causing me a lot of problems. So we've got Saudi Arabia and the European Union. Chuck needs to go kill some aliens in Angola.
We're going in.
Guy needs to suppress unrest in the European Union. Quiet needs to suppress unrest in Saudi Arabia. Fire needs to suppress unrest in the Gulf states. And Distal needs to suppress unrest in the Pacific Defense League. And that's all I can really do with him this turn, which is a real big problem. This is why I'm focusing so much on doing something about this. Yes, I have actually done that in space battles, and it is cool until it breaks everything, and the ships all pick completely random vectors, and it messes with my whole plan, which is what happened last time I tried to do that. But it could have been user error. In fact, it very much was likely to be user error. So I'm going to confirm my assignments. Aquarian Cavalry are on the way. Let's just check alien fleets before we end the turn. So I'm pretty sure we've got a fleet coming in March, but let's just check everything else. Transferred to low Earth orbit on the 20th of October. Victor, rallying with Victor, rallying with Victor, rallying with Earth, 14th of January. Transferring to low Vesta orbit, transferring to Tiangong. So 26th of September is a fleet. 9th of March, we've got a fleet. So we need to get our fleet into Tiangong orbit, so let's move them now. We will transfer the Earth interception fleet to Tiangong Station. If I can spot it. Why can't, there it is. And we just tell them not to attack it. And let's unpause. Let's pause the game. Unpause the game.
Evading pursuit.
That's a horrible view. Okay, combat imminent. Oh, we don't care. We're not going to attack the defense fleet of Tiangong Station. We don't care about that. Adaptive FDI modeling. So direct investments cost less. We'll get carbon recapture technologies researching just so we've got it if it ever comes up. Oh, the puppy wants to get out of the room. I thought she was going to be chill because it's raining tonight, but obviously not. Just give her a second to calm down. Okay, communication hub is done. I don't think there's anything else I want to pick up. Target community support. We might as well get that done. Antimatter beam core reactor. That's a bigger deal. I think we'll need that if we're using antimatter. Mood stabilizers. We will impose sanctions. Research into Lancehead missiles stolen. So the Academy have stolen more research from us. Hang on. Who are they stealing this from? Chuck is not detected by the Academy. Guy is not detected by the Academy. Quiet is not detected by the Academy. Fia is not. Distal is not. And Clark Dad isn't. So how are they getting us? 1 second. I'm just going to let the dog out of the room. Well, that was pretty cute. She just told me she wanted to go outside and go to the bathroom. I opened the door for her. She ran out, discovered it was raining. I just ran straight back in and ran straight to her bed and jumped into her bed. So, okay. Nameless Science Assistant number 47 is disgruntled about not having a name as leaking information. I feel like there must be some way the Academy is wheedling information from us. TRM saying what we could do is investigate and turn someone from the Academy and then have a look at the missions they have available. Maybe have a special organization that gives them the ability to like the servants. I think that's probably worth it. If we can get this, if we can get the unrest situation under control, we can start looking at that. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, so they're bombarding One Stop Rock. That's not good. We'll have to keep an eye here to see what happens. Oh. We destroyed all of the ships. Okay. So One Stop Rock just wiped out that particular fleet, and it is no longer an issue for now. Let's get One Stop Rock repaired. So they lost... What did they lose here? What was this? This was a materials research center, which I don't think we really need, but let's get it rebuilt. What's a materials research center? Is that what it's called? Tier 2 materials lab. That's a tier 1 materials. Materials research center. That's all they lost. Now, I think I noticed that they have a tier 1 defense. No, they've got 2-layer defense arrays. Yeah. Okay, cool. Good work, One Stop Rock. Just wiped out an alien fleet for us.
Things are cooling off.
Order is returning.
Order is returning.
Violence is abating.
What I need is a tech that increases the amount that I can decrease on rest by. Okay, the alien fleet has arrived in Chang'e orbit. There it is there. So we now need to get our fleet to intercept it, and it's going to run away. So we'll get the Earth interception fleet to transfer to this fleet here. And we'll zoom back out because it's an absolute... Okay, we're going to engage them. I'm not going to mess around with the... Well, we'll do a tight, short wall, heavy center, engage. We will chase them, submit bid. Can I auto-resolve this? Why is this? I'm going to just auto-resolve the fight. Cool, we won the fight. I don't even want to get into that fight. That would just be a mess. And we need to get this fleet. That alien crew got wiped out. I've still got the fleet selected. Let's select Mercury. Speed the game up. Let's get you guys to head back to home. So we'll get you to move to your home station. I always set it to Space Station 13, which would be bad. Cool, and they're now resupplying. Excellent. All right.
Target destroyed.
There is still aliens in that location. Okay, alien fleet Callisto 12 of March has arrived in Callisto orbit. That's a weird looking ship. I think it's just the angle. So there is a dreadnought in orbit of Callisto right now, and we cannot let that stand. So let's get the Jovian assault fleet to intercept it. There it is. Target fleet is likely able to escape pursuit. What we probably need to do here, actually, before I do this, is we need to split the fleet. And we need to get rid of the Mishaps class ships. And now if I intercept, will they get away? They will. So if I split the fleet again. So what's the power of this fleet? 204. So if I just grab a bunch of interceptors. So we'll get these, say, 5 interceptors. I know auto-resolve isn't great, but for a one-ship fight, I didn't really want to get involved with it, just for the amount of time it takes. Alright, we're going to trace them down. We've got a 1.7k interception fleet here. We'll transfer and engage it. And we'll fight this fight out, so we'll go for a short wall, swift. We might as well disperse them. No, we'll keep them tight because we want to make sure they're covering each other. 2 stacked lines. No, we don't want 2 stacked lines. 2 stacked lines. 2 stacked lines. Is it all 2 stacked lines? Okay. It doesn't really matter because they're all the same ship. Right, let's engage. Max bid to win. And we'll start the battle. Okay, here's our fleet here. We can select them. We will give them all acceleration orders. Because I want to boost towards this enemy ship since it's running away from us. We will set the enemy ship as our primary target. And I don't think I need to give any other orders. I remember last time people were telling me that there was an order to padlock everybody, but that wasn't working because this only padlocks one ship. Let's go. High wall. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Let's, this gets rid of this and that gets rid of that. Okay. This should start accelerating in a second. This is starting to become old technology, these ships. It's at the top left to the end fight button. Ah, there we go. Thank you very much. Now that I know that's there, I will be using it a lot. These ships just have a forward cannon and point defense weapons. But they should be able to deal with this. That might be plasma, that one shot that's coming in, which will be a problem for them to deal with. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, this looks like plasma because they're not firing at it with their PD. Oh, it is. It isn't plasma. But they're really struggling to stop it. I think they got that one. That's it. This ship's taking heavy hits. We just lost the destroyer, though. Whatever it's firing is too much for our ships to deal with. That's better. Maybe we need to put them on more of a defensive focus there. So one destroyer for, I think that was a destroyer actually, so we just traded a destroyer for a destroyer. We lost the Ursa Mazer, but we got 20 exotics for that, which is better than nothing, I guess. Let's unpause the game, and I will get that fleet re-added to our main fleet. So I want to take me there, transfer to Scorching Sunlight Station, and once they finish refueling, I'll re-add them to the main fleet. They're resupplied, so I will close this. I need to select the other fleet, and then I need to merge with that fleet. Cool, that's them brought back on board. Okay, we lost one destroyer there. Yeah, the PD is definitely not doing enough these days. We noticed that last stream, which is we need to rethink our ship designs. It was a dreadnought. That's right, it was a dreadnought. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Razorback. Okay. Right. This is just such a difficult situation because if we have a look again, our unrest is just too high for me to ignore, especially inside. Look, I could ignore it I need to do these three, and then I don't need to worry about unrest in Gulf states and United States of America, so I can do something else. So let's deal with the three main problems, which are Saudi Arabia, European Union, and PDL. Does Chuck need to fight more aliens? They do. So let's get them on that. It's just in Angola.
Gear up.
We'll get Jeremy to suppress in the European Union.
What's the op?
We'll get Distal to suppress in the Pacific Defense League. We'll get we'll get Fia to suppress in the Saudi Arabia. And that leaves me with Guy Fawkes and Quiet Raccoon to potentially hunt down an Academy agent. In terms of people we have access to, we don't know about any Academy agents right now. So someone in Tokyo, there's someone in Dubai. Let's have a look at who this person in Tokyo is.
We'll see what they're up to.
And we'll have a look and see at who the person in Dubai is. Because I feel like if they are spying from us, they might need to be in the same location as us. So we'll see what they are and who they are. Now, in terms of alien fleets, I don't think there's anything to worry about this turn, but let's have a quick look. So we've got a fleet coming on the 20th of October. None of these are coming to anywhere. We've got a fleet. Nope, they're not coming anywhere. I'm just checking. We've got a fleet coming to Tiangong on the 26th. And that's looking to be it. Okay, there's nothing on the way in right now, so we've got a little bit of breathing room. Let's jump back to the solar system view. We'll confirm assignments and we'll unpause. I want you to get time ticking on here.
Laying the groundwork.
Okay, we've got a new battleship has just been built, which is great for us. Oh, I know what that music is. I know what that audio is. I've just worked it out. I know exactly what this is. Hang on a second. Okay. I added some new wallpapers to my wallpaper engine, and I didn't realize they had audio on them. So when I Alt-Tab out, 29th of March fleet, I'll check that in a second. Thank you for pointing that out, T-Ram. Whenever I Alt-Tab out of the game, it starts playing music. That's what the wububs are. I've just closed wallpaper engine for now. So the new ship name. We've got the ultimate line of defense. We're going to get a couple of ships here. Let's close this. So Romeo 353. This ship needs to be renamed the Ultimate. And I think this will be the last series of Neo Mark V Interceptor class battleships. We need to rethink our ship designs before we build more of them. Ultimate line of defense. Save name. Let's add that to Earth Fleet. So we'll merge fleets and we'll add that fleet in. Cool, that ship's now in the fleet. Now, you said there was a fleet 3 from the bottom or 5 from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Earth 40. I don't see a fleet here. Mars 29th of Jan isn't doing anything. None of these fleets are heading to Earth. I may have called it before, but I think they've run away. Did you see? I think you saw the 29th of January fleet. That fleet has retreated and is currently refueling at one of their bases. Okay, let's unpause.
We've got some intel on our target.
Okay, we found an Academy agent. I forgot to pay attention to that before, so we'll look at hitting them next turn. Oh, Resistance loyalists have captured them. Well, that makes life a lot easier for us, doesn't it? We've learned the Academy failed a steal project mission that was targeting Fire May. Fire May can evade future missions by going to the ground. So does the Academy know about Fire? They do now. Interesting. Yeah, there are mishaps. So the Academy tried to steal from Fire May, and they learned the hard way that you don't steal from Fire May. Yes, the destroyers are under armored. You're right, Neil. They are very under armored.
Things are cooling off.
That's why we need a Mark 6. And a Titan, really. But I'm going to wait till we finish this run of battleships. Okay, we have critical success. We have wiped out all of the aliens. Fantastic. XCOM wins again. European Union has launched a new navy, the 1st Panzer Division. Does the European Union need to build any more navies? How many more does it need to build is the question. So we're still building navy. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll impose the sanctions. We're now able to undertake Atom Smasher projects. As far as I'm aware, this is an extremely important technology. So we'll get that under research right now. And we'll need to set that to high value because that's how we produce antimatter. Okay, it's the 1st of April, 2041. The Phosphorus class Titans, maybe. I don't really like to name stuff after myself, really, in these games. I like to name it after the people that are watching, because I feel it's the least I can do to thank you for doing so. Right, Earth. What is the situation on Earth? We have high unrest in the 3 countries. Looks like the Gulf States is looking after itself. I wonder if we want to go for larger ships mishaps, especially since we've got really good engines at the moment. It might be something that I want to theorycraft out on Discord during the weekend. Escort cruisers sound fun. Escort cruisers sound really fun. So let's get Saudi Arabia, European Union, Pacific Defense League under control, and then we'll deal with this Academy agent we've picked up. So we'll get Clark Dad to suppress unrest in Europe. I'm a bit worried because it is getting high. We might need to double down.
We'll restore peace to this nation.
Distal can do it in the Pacific Defense League.
Reporting in.
The problem is, for those not in the know, if we let unrest get too high,
We'll turn down the heat.
we end up in a situation where the other factions can invoke coups, and if they invoke coups, we're in big trouble. So we've got a captured agent here. Control nation, defend interest, set national policy, advise, stabilize, surveil, turn, go to ground, contact orbit, deorbit, transfer, control space. He hasn't even got steal, this guy. He doesn't even have the ability to steal, so how is he stealing from us? That's bizarre. Steel project, okay. So it's not in his main list here, but he does actually have steal from Meleager surveillance. Do we want to try and turn this guy? Is the question. Because we could get Guy or Quiet to try and turn them. No, the org's there. It's just not showing up in the mission list, which is really strange. What's turn again? Detain, assassinate, turn counselor. Turn enemy counselor. Counselor cannot reach target. No capacity visual spies. We need to investigate them. Okay, we'll need to do some investigating on them. So let's get Guy to investigate Idra.
Tracking target.
Can't use org stats when jailed. Okay, that makes sense. Then we'll get... What I'll do is I'll get Chuck to stabilize the EU, because I'm really worried about it getting too high. And I'm going to get... That's the plan, Razorback, yeah. We need to investigate him more to do that, though. I'm going to stabilize the PDL, double stabilize the PDL as well. I just want to make sure we get this unrest down, because over 2 is a little bit too high for my comfort. There were no alien fleets, if I remember right, but we'll just do a quick check. So, nothing here. Fleet coming on in October, that's still happening. Nothing happening here, nothing happening here. Fleet coming to Tiangong on the 17th of July, that's a new fleet. Earth, 17 July. Save name. Anything else? That's already know about that one. This one's coming to Mars. We know about that one. Oh, but they're coming on the 16th of April. So this is... Wait, I clicked on the wrong one. Oops. Damn. It's this one here. So it's 16... so it's Mars, 16 April. So that's next turn. That fleet's coming. This one we know about... Okay, and that new fleet that's coming to Earth is just a destroyer. Okay, cool. I'm happy with all that. Let's confirm assignments, and I'll pause the game. We'll jump to Solar System View. Atom Smashers. We completed the Atom Smasher project. A particle collider used for research and the production of small amounts of antimatter. All tech category models from hand modules subject to mission returns once above a 50% cumulative bonus. So this produces 0.09 antimatter per month. Okay. Let's finish Cadre development programs. So, is there another technology that we can unlock now that we've got Atom Smashers, or is Atom Smasher the best way to gain our antimatter? Like, do we want to start building stations in Callisto orbit to create our antimatter farms, basically? That's the question. I will wait for chat to catch up and answer, because I want to know before I start doing it.
We've got some intel on our target.
I saw this flag, and I thought, what do you mean a violent revolution has overthrown the government in Ireland? But it's the Ivory Coast flag.
Cleaning things up.
There are tier 2, tier 3 Atom Smashers. Okay, so let's just wait till we research those then. So we still don't know this guy's full loyalty with the Super Collider. Got you. We still don't know this guy's full loyalty, so we're going to have to continue to investigate him. Anti-Smashers in Mercury orbit. Cool. Okay, Crayon Cavalry have arrived in Earth orbit. So let's get them to finish refueling, and then we're going to do some... Okay, they finished refueling. So we're going to transfer them over. Now, before I move them over to Zusi Station, we need to check what this... Okay, this is nothing. It has a point defense array that it hasn't built yet. Let's just take this place over and destroy it before they get a chance to
Things
build
are
it.
stabilizing.
Violence is
Perfect.
abating.
Thanks for the heads up,
Things are
everybody.
stabilizing. Things are stabilizing.
Order is returning.
All right, let's assault the Hap. If we don't destroy it, that's a war crime. So we're going to launch our Marines to attack this Hap. And in 5 days, we'll have an answer as to whether they've managed to do it. And we have captured it. Let's see how much damage we've done. What did the Marines destroy? Pretty much everything. So what we want to do now is we want to manage the station and want to decommission it. And that is the station now being evacuated and destroyed. And we need to get the fleet to transfer back to Scaffold Shipyard before they take on the next station. And we're just going to get rid of all of the Protectorate station. Get some under construction already? Okay, let's head over to Mercury. I think we've got... So you think the L1 is the good place to build? We just found a ring in an extreme Mercury orbit. Or is there a better place to put it than the ring? Hang on, let me... Because I've also got the L1 is where we want to put it, isn't it? There's the L3, the L4. Where's the L1? It's a Venus, Sun Mars, Sun Mercury, Sun Venus. There's only the L5 and the L4. What am I missing? That's Earth. That's Venus. And that's Mercury L3. Ah, there it is. Sun Mercury. I was way too far out. Yeah, we want to build a ring here. L1 Halo Orbit. Let's get a name for it. This is a pretty important station. We'll call... Oh. You will not believe the name that just came out of the name generator for this station. Like, I could not have thought of this as a better name for this station. I'm so impressed with whoever submitted this name. It's going to take 187 days to find the ring, unfortunately, but we might as well get it going. It's okay. I'm purposely waiting, Neil, just to make sure this is the right location to put it. It will be faster to build in Mercury orbit, actually. And it will be better defended in Mercury orbit. Can't build the stations without boost. I have 2.2k boost. If I build it in Mercury orbit instead... Because no construction module. So if I was to build one in Extreme, it would take 90 days. Why did I just build it in Extreme Mercury orbit? That seems to make more sense to me. They're building at the L1 point. 22 dangerous clouds of debris from space assaults. I'm thinking Extreme Mercury orbit. And, yeah, I don't see why we don't build it here. That seems like the place to put it. And it's going to take 90 days to build here. Because we have the construction module. I will hold for a couple of seconds in case anyone objects to Extreme Mercury orbit for our Atom Smasher station. Groove to the music. I want to give it another 30 seconds. Because I really want to make sure we're building this in the right location. Not that I can't make use of another station. Okay. Everyone's holding their breath. L1 can get more solar power. Yeah, okay, that makes sense because I'm in the Halo. But we'll just do it here, and then we'll get a construction. What we'll maybe do, what we could do. Okay, hang on. Thought. If we go back to the Jovian Assault fleet, I can found a fusion platform using these ships. Okay, because I have the Laser Addict which is a Mishaps Class 5 that has a fusion platform kit. Okay? So what I could do is fly this ship on its own to the L1 point and build a station there. The question is, how long will that take? So if I detach, hang on, if I split the, clicking on too many buttons. If I split these two ships off, because they are a pair, I don't need them here anymore. They've done their job. The Laser Addict and the, not the Eminent Domain, the 0 Point Burst. Split them off, okay? Because they are a construction fleet. That is their job. They're just here to build a station. Any station in L1 is going to be isolated and a target. That is a good point. The homesteaders, they build stuff. If, just out of interest, if I were to tell them to transfer to the Sun Mercury L1 point, it's going to take them 8.7 weeks to make that journey. That's quite a long time. I think we just build it in Mercury high orbit. I think that's what we do. I don't think it's worth the mess around that I'm looking at here. Let's just build it in high Mercury orbit. Okay, so extreme Mercury orbit, found ring, extreme Mercury orbit. Are you ready for the name that came out of the generator for this habitat? Because you're not going to, like, I honestly, I'm so impressed. Welcome to Black Mesa. That's the name it spat it out. I'm not making it up. Alright, I might as well get some stuff placed down here. We're definitely going to need some battle stations. Okay, we're also going to need, a heavy fusion reactor farm for sure. I want to have a couple of ag complexes. Well, I don't actually know what the requirements on Atom Smashers are. Where are they? Atom Smasher, right. Water, so it doesn't have a huge water requirement. Monthly support costs 10 water. And 3 volatiles. That's not too bad. Let's see how many of these we can support off the current heavy. Okay, we can't. Let's get another heavy under construction. It's gonna take a year. Damn. And let's keep pumping up. Where did it go? Atom Smashers. I'm really impressed. Okay, this is how much power do Atom Smashers need? Hang on a second. The Atom Smasher requires 250 power. The heavy fusion reactor farm produces 450. So it's not taking into account these are under construction. The real cost is 250 power. So according to this, maybe I do need more. Hang on. If I add another heavy fusion reactor farm, it now shows monthly support cost. It's not calculating how much power I'm going to be producing. So I need to do some maths now. Great. So I've got, how many do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3 heavy fusion reactor farms, which is 9. Oh god, I can't do math at this time of night. I am too tired. Let me get my calculator out. So 450 times 3. Quick maths. Alright, that's 1,350 power. Then I've currently got a battle station, which is minus 240. Times 2, because I've got 2 battle stations. Okay, that's 870 power left. I've got... So 2 battle stations, and I've built 1 Atom Smasher so far. That's minus 250. Hey, Night Skies, how's it going? You just go back from work? That's late. So we've got 620 power left over at the moment. So if I add another Atom Smasher... Okay, now it's calculating it correctly. Yes, that's correct. Each heavy fusion reactor farm can support 2 Atom Smashers. So another heavy fusion reactor farm. And then this... Oh, I'm running out of resources here. What am I running out of? Why can't I build? What am I running out of? I've got tons of water. 24k, 10k. Ah, I'm running out of material base metals. Let's leave that for now then. Because I'm running out of base metals. Let's let this construct while we rebuild our base metals. I have a lot of farms, a lot of colonies in construction on Callisto. In fact, we need to get the colony hubs for them under construction. I just realized I didn't do that. If we jump over to Callisto, none of these stations have their colony mining complexes. So as soon as we've got enough metal, I need to get them under construction as well. Hey Akura, how's it going? Good to see you. 14-hour shift, that's disgusting, Night Skies. Why are you doing that? Thanks, Mishaps. Oh, Canyon Cavalry has arrived at Low Earth Orbit 1. Fleet begins repairs. Cool. That was fun. Casual development programs is done. That's excellent. There's nothing really here that's that important. I'm just going to start Ferrocite network tracing and then set it to don't research. Okay, alien fleet has arrived in low Mars orbit. So time for the Mars defense fleet, the mighty Martians, to do something about them. And they can't outrun us, which is great. And let's okay, there we go. So people were telling me, instead of doing a convoy, do a high wall. 3 stacked lines. Oh! Let's give that a try. And we will engage. And we will pursue them. And we'll start the battle. Because I'm definitely not auto-resolving. Okay, this could be quite nice if we've got overlapping layers of defense here. I'm going to select all the ships. And I'm going to give them an acceleration order. Obviously, the battleships can't accelerate as fast as the destroyers. So the destroyers will get ahead, but I'm actually quite happy with that. I'm also going to padlock everyone to the enemy. So we'll select the destroyer. And we'll set padlock all. And I'm going to put everyone on a defensive posture. What's frustrating, T-Ram? Oh, I understand. After you return to Australia from Russia. Ah, I see. Yeah, that sucks. I understand, Night Skies. I understand why you're in that situation, and I feel sorry for you. But I'm glad, by the sounds of it, you're getting out of it. All right, let's wait for this to come up. Did I set the speed to terrible? I did. All right, let's see if we can defend against this. It's one destroyer. It shouldn't be that hard to do. Box selecting is in, yes, and box orders are too. Sometimes it messes up though. He's already in range of the battleships. I hope you can see the shots. It's maybe you'll see them a bit better against Mars. I don't know. Lots of misses. Yeah, very close misses. Here comes the first. But no problems taking that out. And it's taking hits and it's down. Cool. Easy win for the Mars Defense Fleet. Absolutely smash that ship. Need to wait for the battle to end. Any second now. Cool, we made it. Okay, that's another 0.1 exotics for us. Make sure Mars is selected and unpause. Speed the game up. And then we'll send the Martians back to their base, which is Hirby Dwarf Station. And then we'll jump back out to the solar system view. We'll make sure to select Mars so we don't lose speed, and we'll unpause. It was dodging for a while, Neil, wasn't it? What's happening here? Oh, new turn. Okay. We could get the World Health Organization from the Academy through a hostile takeover. Can you imagine someone doing a hostile takeover on the World Health Organization? Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, Mathwin. That's exactly what they're doing. It's just, we actually have a dedicated, I can't remember the name of the actor, but that great actor who was in the Police Academy movies, which is a really old reference. Is there any way to increase the accuracy and muzzle velocity of your ship guns? I don't think so, Mishaps. We just need to upgrade our technology. Beam lasers are much more accurate than the coil guns that we're using. The dog is currently sulking, by the way, because it's raining outside and she wants to go to the bathroom. Alright, what is the situation on Earth? First things first, unrest. So we have lots of unrest in Saudi Arabia. Everywhere else is looking okay. That's good. First things first, do we have any aliens to fight? No. Excellent. So, Clark Dad, continue your good work in Europe. Also bring that up to a 99%.
Restoring order.
Distal, continue your excellent work. Sorry, Distal, yeah, good. Continue your excellent work in the Pacific Defense League. Keeping them under wraps.
Restoring order.
Now, Saudi Arabia needs a little bit of a kick, so we're going to get Chuck and Fire to do that.
Will restore peace.
And we want to continue working on this guy here. We still don't know his full loyalty, so we need to investigate him again. But what I will probably do is I'm going to get Quiet and Fire to investigate him, just to push that over the top, I think, and that should mean we get that this turn.
Surveillance.
That is another good way to deal with enemy comms, yes. Just getting my crew to make their own laser noises and playing it really loudly for the enemy to hear. Okay, is the Canyon Cavalry ready to go? No, they're still repairing. Okay. There is an alien fleet, I believe, arriving somewhere on the 16th. Let's just check that. I don't want to permanently assign them because I am moving them around a lot. 20th of October. Nothing happening there. Oh, here we go. 17th of July. That's not yet. 28th of June. So that's a new one. Mars. Oops. Mars. 28th June. Wiki doesn't have muzzle velocity, but tier 3 coil is fastest. We have tier 3 coil at the moment. Plasma loses speed and damage in exchange for being unsusceptible. So you have to get a lot closer. Earth, 26th of September. That's correct. I thought there was a fleet coming on April the 16th, but I don't see it. And I can't... Can I sort my ship name? My fleet name? No, I can't. God, that fleet there, I don't even want to think about it. Alright, let's confirm our assignments. Jump back. What do you want now, puppy? Hang on a second. I'm just gonna... She wants to go through the door. I'll be 1 second. She wants to check if it's still raining, so I'll be right back. Oh, yeah, never mind. She went to bed upstairs. Okay, let's go. Let's unpause. Okay, the Crown Cavalry are repaired. We have a mission for them. There is another... there's another Protectorate station in orbit. This one here. Sundiata Kita station. Now, this one has multiple layer defense arrays and point defense arrays. So we can't just send the Marines in against this station. They will probably get wiped out by the station. Although it has a combat power of 151. Crayon Cavalry, the fleet, has a combat power of 165. So it will be quite a close fight. What I can do is I can send Earth Interception Fleet in to wipe out all of the defenses and then send in Crayon Cavalry afterwards. We just have to make sure we don't destroy the Ring Core. So let's get that done. Cool. Mighty Martians are resuppplying and repairing. And we now have a battle at... Oh. Okay, she's being very fussy. I think she wants to go to the bathroom, and she's upset about the rain. I'm so sorry about all the interruptions. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, and the good news is because she's now gone to the bathroom, she should settle for the rest of the evening. At the moment, I'm in a lot of trouble because how dare I let it rain? She hates the rain so much. So anyway, we're going to attack this station. I'm going to try out the high wall again. We'll go with heavy, we'll go with center, and we will engage. The Protectorate do not seem to have particularly good weapons, TRM. Also, I'm appreciating the weapon velocity chat that people are having. Thank you for having that. I'm pretty sure that we don't even need to accelerate here. Let's just get this done with. We'll just keep the fleet together. This high wall, thank you for suggesting it. It's going to make life so much easier. These look like very low-level projectiles. One PDA is already destroyed. Will we be able to shoot these down? Put anyone on a defensive stance? Wait, they were on a defensive stance. Yeah, they're getting destroyed. You can't see the PD firing, but you can see none of the bolts getting through. And that's it. That's the battle won. Cool. Victory for the Resistance. Earth interception. Double has docked with Sun Data Kata Station, but now sees to destroy the station. Alright. So now we need to get the Crayon Cavalry to transfer to the station. And they'll be the ones that do the boarding. So turns out Plasma's quite slow velocity. That makes sense because the aliens are firing quite slow projectiles, and those are the ones that are wiping us out. So this fleet here can head back to Scaffold Shipyard. And Crayon Cavalry has arrived, so we need to select Crayon Cavalry and tell them to board Sodiata Station. Cool. I think they were conventional naval guns, honestly. They were pretty terrible. Without any doubt in my mind, they were very terrible defenses.
Person of interest surveilled.
Okay, we now know the actual loyalty score of this agent. It is 8, so we can now attempt to turn them.
Person of interest surveilled.
And they're no longer in custody, which means it's a better situation for us to turn them. Okay, we've captured the station. What did the Marines destroy this time? This is my favorite bit of capturing a station. When you zoom in and half the station explodes from the Marines taking it. And we're going to decommission this hab. And now the Protectorate have absolutely no presence in Earth orbit. They do not have any stations or ships in orbit of Earth, meaning that they are in absolutely no threat of completing their mission objective, which is great for us.
Violence is abating.
Things are cooling off.
Things are cooling off.
Okay, alien fleets are moving around. I'm just keeping an eye on the feed on the left here. And that's a new turn. Okay, we need to defend the Pacific Defense Leagues. That's our first job here. We'll get Distal to do that.
Securing our control.
Right.
Ready for my mission.
Let's have a look at Unrest really quickly. Get that out of the way. So we've got, let me just sort it. We've got 2.3 Unrest in Saudi Arabia, 1.6 in the Pacific Defense League, and 1 in the European Union. So we can get away with doing 1 at each of those just now. So we'll get you to suppress Unrest here. We'll get you to suppress Unrest here.
Ready.
And we'll get you to suppress Unrest here.
What's the op?
Yes. It isn't working out well for them at all. I destroyed a bunch of their stations when they declared that mission objective mishaps, and they haven't really been able to reestablish themselves since. Alright, so we now know the loyalty of Indra Battaglia. I tried to say that. I tried to say that. I said it with an Italian accent. Battaglia. I can't say it. I apologize. It's the best I can manage. We're going to try and turn Counselor. We've got 2% success chance with Guy, which we can boost up to a 25, or do not try and turn Quiet. Let's cancel this. Quiet has a... What is the stat for turn? The stat is Persuasion. That makes sense, actually. So maybe we want to get Fire to do this.
By for orders.
Pi has a 94% chance of turning them. Let's just make that a 99.
They'll be working for
Okay,
us soon.
and then we need to get... So what's country isn't... it's
I'm here.
Pacific Defense League.
We'll restore
Nope, Pacific
peace
Defense
to this
League.
nation.
Hang on.
Ready to go.
Yes, it's Pacific Defense League. That means we've got one person left, which is Guy. Guy can start working on Mexico. Indra Bhattacharya. Oh, I feel so embarrassed. Okay, let's start working on Mexico. Mexico's controlled by Project Exodus. I'm not a big fan of Project Exodus, just in the case they're not helping us defend Earth, so let's take it off them. I can straight purge one of these points. We've got mass media, so I was taking a drink of water there. Or we've got the legislature. Legislature is a good one to take. If I purge it, I've got a 59% chance base. I can get that up to a 95 if I want to spend 256 influence, or I can do that at a 91 for 32, which is a pretty good spend. Now, before I do this, I have... Let me get my old calculator out because I'm too tired to do maths. It is... what time is it right now? It is 11:18 for me, so please forgive me for using a calculator to do very simple maths, but I don't want to make mistakes with my calculations. So we've got 119, is that right? That doesn't seem right. 548 plus 119. Okay, we've got 119 influence to play with. Each of these control points is worth 12. Okay, we can take in Mexico. Mexico will be ours. So we can purge out the legislature, which I can say, and I'm really happy that I can say it. We'll spend 32 to make that a 91%. No, we'll make it a 93% chance for 64.
Terminating the opposition.
You've only got 15,000 influence. Let's not use too much. You're right, we do have 15,000 influence. Let's just guarantee it then. It's because there's been some people watching the start of this campaign, and I've had people complaining about how I've been spending influence at the start of the campaign. Like I've been spending it too freely. So I've internalized that complaint and taken it into my 2041 playthrough, where we have 15,000 influence. Okay, so let's just check. We've got suppress and rest in the EU, suppress and rest in the PDL, suppress and rest in Saudi Arabia. We've got defend. Yeah, okay, confirm assignments. Jump into this view. Unpause the game.
Securing our interests.
Lots of revolutions happening in South
Gained
Africa.
an agent.
And we have turned Indra Bhattacharya to our cause. I keep wanting to saying it with an Italian accent. Okay, that's excellent. So we've got Indra. So he has sabotage and steal.
Order is returning.
And assault alien asset. Let's set him to a 0% chance of formations. I don't want to make them concerned. But if we now go into the Intel tab, we can now see who these people have. So they've got Indra, which I didn't mean to click on. They've got Gilberto. What are they looking at in terms of resources? Accessing in corpse, learn the language, salvage intellectual research and technology. Do they have any weird tech? I've got a Griffin autopsy they're working on. A cooperative resolution. That sounds like a faction one. They stole media center. Victory not yet known to faction. Goals convince the aliens that we are equals. Okay, so they don't have a... I feel like this victory wasn't yet known. So they don't have steel. That's interesting. I think I'll have a look at that when we get to the end of the turn rather than looking at it now.
Cooling off.
Things are cooling off.
Ships arrived in Callisto orbit. We need to do something about that. And 5 o'clock rock is under bombardment. Again. The 5 o'clock rock is brand new. How can they arrive and instantly bombard? That doesn't seem fair at all. I'm like the Jovian assault fleet is right there. Can you do something about this rude ship, please? Let's also just get... What's the best site for metals? I think it's this one. 101. Let's just get you to start construction of your colony mining complex. Let's get a fusion reactor farm under construction and then a colony mining complex. And just so that that can be started, please. Okay, 5 o'clock rock was just destroyed. Thanks, aliens, for just coming out of nowhere. I need to get that rebuilt. But now we have combat. So we're going to go for a high wall, heavy, center, tight. We're going to engage. We're going to spend all of our KPS and we're going to kill them. Excuse me 1 second. I'm going to sneeze. All right, I'm back. I think this fleet can do it somehow. We'll just give them all an acceleration order to chase down this enemy. We're going to padlock them all to the enemy. We're going to set them all to defensive. And we're going to give them a primary target of the enemy ship. It's a bloody Corvette. I'm just so annoyed that it did that. And we'll speed it up, and we'll turn off all the vectors and stuff. I'm really annoyed, honestly, that that happened. I missed the insignia penetrated situation that you're talking about there, T-Ram. Oh, I get it. It's in the intel view. That's funny. This is a lot of overkill to call the Corvette, but I'm annoyed with it. Pew 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 pew. There's definitely something fast moving here, which we were able to shoot down, which is good. That's the Corvette dead, and we've shot down all the missiles. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. I can't believe it managed to destroy a base, though, before... Like, it just turned up and shot the base and then died. I guess at least the aliens can't just throw rocks down the gravity well, right? Okay. So we need to rebuild whatever that one was. It was one of the later ones, I think. Was it this one here? Or was it this one here? I think, yes, it's Ilma. I did build one here. 5 o'clock rock. Ilma. I just need to rename it. I'm going to rename it 5 o'clock rock 2. No, 6 o'clock rock. There we go. Not 6 o'clock rock. That is not the correct name. There you go. Back under construction. Damn those aliens. Was it Brand Crater, really? Oh, Brosco. You serious? Oh, Brand Crater is actually a good one. Okay, we'll build up Brand Crater 2. We need a new name for this one, so I'll jump onto the old tool that, thank you again, Mishaps, for creating. New Anchorage is the name of this base. Built in the crater of the old one. New Anchorage. Same name. Okay. I don't have the metals, unfortunately, to build the mining complexes for these. I'll send you back to the space station to repair. That's a good point, Night Skies. Also, a great TV show if you haven't watched it. Babylon 5 is excellent. I haven't watched it in a long time. Unfortunately, the CG doesn't really hold up these days, but Bruce Boxleitner is fantastic. You may know him as Tron.
We are in control.
Okay, we purged out the resistance in Mexico. That's a great start. And it's a new turn. We need to defend the United States of North America. So let's get that done first. That's Distel's job.
Where to?
Okay, let's have a look at Unrest first of all. That's the wrong button.
At your service.
Ooh, okay. I got really scared there for a second because I saw 6.6 Unrest, but the Unrest is in Mexico. So Mexico's not very happy right now. We'll do our usual. We'll get the team to suppress Unrest in their various countries.
Restoring order.
Jeremy can work on
Ready for my mission.
Saudi Arabia.
Standing by. We'll make things
And
safe.
we'll get...
At your service.
We'll get quiet.
Acknowledged.
No, we'll get fire
Your
to
orders.
work on PDL. And I'm going to take a big risk this turn.
We'll turn down the
We're going to get quiet to
Where to?
purge out... How old are my agents? They're really old. Look at them. So I need to level them up. Actually, they're sitting on tons of XP. I'm just being really lazy about it. Guy Fawkes is 63 years old. Quiet Raccoon is 60 years old. Chuck's 44. Fire's 57. Distal's 48. And Clark Dad is 50. Which is why I'm researching the Methuselah tech, so I can keep them around for a bit longer. So what we're going to try and do is I'm going to get Fire to purge out the purge out the executive. And I'm going to get...
The opposition.
Sorry, I'm going to get
Ready for
Guy to do
orders.
that. And I'm going to get Quiet to purge out the media control point. And we're just going to take Mexico this turn. That's the plan.
Removing our enemies.
So we'll have Mexico just like that. It'll be ours. Everybody else is doing their job, suppressing and defending. Let's confirm and unpause the game. We should have a bunch of new battleships coming out very soon.
Protecting our interests.
We'll see what happens. The King of the Planets is overhead. Promising Dominant Sky is now for orbits. We get 1,000 research and 200 influence for getting the first Jovian base. Which one completed? Exodus Station 13. Okay. Oh, a bunch of them are all finishing. Cool. Whoops, clicked the wrong button. So all these hubs are finished. Unfortunately, I don't have the medals. I think I've got medals to do one. Hang on. What's the next best site? 101, 74. We'll do Asgard next. I need to get the... I just still don't have enough for the colony mining complex. I'm just really short on base metals right now because I built all of the atom smashers. But it will build back up again. I'm not that concerned. It's already jumping back up.
Things are cooling off. Mission is a no-go.
Uh-oh. Why has Clark Dad aborted
Prepping
a
for next
stabilize mission? I thought they were stabilizing in Saudi Arabia. Did I misclick? We haven't lost control of Saudi Arabia. I must have misclicked. That still doesn't ask me why did Clark Dad abandon the mission? Is there no unrest in... Okay, there's no unrest in the European Union. Right, that makes sense. I must have misclicked him to the European Union, and then there's no unrest in the European
Violence
Union.
is abating.
That's unfortunate. It means the unrest in Saudi Arabia is going to get pretty high this turn. That's quite concerning, actually.
Our people have taken control.
Okay, we got the executive control. Oh, thank you so much, TRM. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I need to start like properly thanking people for donations and stuff, but I really appreciate you doing that. That'll get me a nice coffee tomorrow. We've got the control point in Mexico. Do we get the other one?
Our people have
Yes,
taken
we control
control.
Mexico. Just like that. Boom, it's ours. By Jove. Okay, a whole bunch of stuff just got built. Scorching Sunlight Station has built its reactors and its battle stations, which means it can now defend itself, which is great. What is the unrest situation like in Saudi Arabia right now? I bet you it's pretty bad. 2.7 in Saudi Arabia, 6.8 in Mexico. So we've got a bit of work to do here. First things first, let's get Mexico allied and sort its welfare its points out. So I don't actually have a good... Okay, this is a good start because we're going to pump welfare and knowledge to start with. That's what I want to push on because at the moment we've got reasonably bad inequality and cohesion. Actually, we should probably push the economy a little bit as well. That's going to help. Then we want to go to relations. And we want to ally it with all of our people. Cool. And then the awkward facts is fun. I'm just really awkward about it. It is true. We need to defend Europe this turn as well. So we got Mexico on form. It's going to be a little bit of time before we can bring it into the United States of New America. We need to defend it as well. So let's get Distal to defend the European Union.
Making things safer.
And
out
Fire can
Your
defend.
orders?
Is it Fire? Yeah, Fire can
Where do
defend
you need
Mexico.
me?
Then in terms of unrest, right, unrest. Okay, Mexico needs anti-unrest heavily. So does Saudi Arabia, and so does the Pacific Defense League. So, Chuck,
At your service.
this track always makes me think of
We'll
Mass
make
Effect.
things safe.
It makes me think of
Ready
the
to go.
I'm
like
here.
Shepard giving a speech. I think it reminds me of the, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the theme that plays during the suicide mission. It's the underlying strings. It really makes me think of that part of the game. Okay, PDL needs to, oops, no. PDL needs to be stabilized. Saudi
Restoring
Arabia
order.
needs to be stabilized. Where did Saudi Arabia
Your
go?
orders.
And really, I need to double down on
We'll make things safe.
Mexico.
Where do you need me?
We also have some alien activity, but I can't afford to deal with that right
Restoring
now.
order.
Okay, so we've got Mexico. We can start working our way down through South America and just conglomerate it all into the United States of North America. Let's confirm assault. Let's confirm assignments. You can tell it's getting late.
Our interests.
Defend interest is done. Good.
Securing our interests.
What time is it now? Okay, it's half 11. We can keep going for a bit longer. Madagascar, Middle Guinea, Suriname, Joburg. We've identified orbital. I forgot it was called Raid Shadow Legend Station. Oh. We'll use our onboard laser weaponry to defend Raid Shadow Legend Station.
Things are stabilizing.
Order is returning.
I've seen from other more
Violence
popular
is
YouTubers
abating.
that Raid Shadow
Order is
Legends is actually having its 4th anniversary. Not that I will get anything for saying that. Oh, we've captured someone from Project Exodus in Dubai. That's the second person they've captured in the Middle East. These turns are shooting by at the moment. We've got enough metals now to build a couple more mines, so I'm going to get that under construction. Okay, let's, before we do anything else, I'm going to jump back out to Callisto. Oh, good, we completed decommissioning that first station we captured, which is good. Okay, so I want to get mines going on a couple more states, so we'll get one going at Asgard. So I want a colony mining complex. I want a fusion reactor farm. That's the basics. I do need to get defenses onto these places as well. So I might as well get a battle stations building, which means I need another fusion reactor farm. That leaves me with 238. A mining complex costs 356. So I will not be able to build another one for a little while, probably until next month. I don't want you to steal the media center project from the servants. It's okay, guy. I need you to do. I've got way more important things for you to be doing than stealing media center projects. I don't think we can build prisons, no, which is a shame. I'd love to have forced asteroid mines. That'd be pretty fun. No, they are still under construction, mishaps. So we've got 8 days remaining on 5 of them, and 24 days remaining on the rest of them. But thank you for checking in on the battleships. That is still coming. The battleships are still under construction. Right, unrest. 5.8 unrest in Mexico, 2.2 in Saudi Arabia, 1.1 PDL, 1.1 in Gulf States. We're gonna have to do just an unrest turn as we've stabilized.
Reporting.
Chuck, however, needs to fight the aliens that have popped up all over the world: Indonesia, Congo, and Somalia.
Heading
That's
to the
interesting.
LZ.
I can't really do a lot about that right
Standing
now,
by. Your orders will
unfortunately.
restore peace to
It
this
is
nation.
just... Oh, I just sent everyone to the
Acknowledged.
Pacific Defense League. Let's fix that. So you need to do Mexico.
We'll make things safe.
You were supposed to do Saudi Arabia.
Ready.
Ready to go.
You need
What's
to
the
do the Gulf States.
We'll make things safe.
And Clark Dad needs to do the
Standing by.
European Union. So it's just a bit of a boring turn.
We'll restore peace to this
Okay,
nation.
how long is it going to be before Mexico is ready? 161 days, so the 18th of July, 2041. Okay. That's still quite a long time away. Oh, it tells me in the top right corner now, doesn't it? Let's confirm assignments. Let's jump back to space view. We're going to get a whole ton of ships in a second. 8 days. Alien fleet mine killers completes transfer. I thought that fleet was wiped out. So they're going to start bombarding another mine of mine. Another mine of mine. Typhoon has stuck Seoul. We'll do what we can to save the people.
Order is returning.
Order is returning.
Things are cooling off.
Violence is abating.
Violence is a
Hey Prawn, how's it going? Long time no see. Am I winning? Does it look like I'm winning? Have you seen this game? Okay, we've got super colliders now available to research. I'm so glad I spent all that money building the other colliders. That's just icing on the cake there. Bankrupting myself building those atom smashers so now I can build super colliders. That's just excellent. Thank you, game, for that. We'll get them under research though. Okay, we've got some new battleships. Let's get them named. We'll wait for them all to pop out. Okay, let's name these. So the first battleship we've got is going to be called the Magisterum. Magisterum. If I set this to the resistance, I can now just see all the ships. Okay, so that's the Magisterum. I think I've renamed. So now we've got this one here, the Kesserine Pass. It's going to be called the Unsinkable 2. The names you people suggest, I love them. Well, that's a good point, Neil. You're right. They are upgradable. It's not having to rebuild the whole thing. I was just... actually, that's not correct. It's the Unsinkable 2 like that. I am just being a complainer. You're correct. The Arbella needs to be renamed to the Gladiatorial Freedom. That's a great name for a battleship. Gladiatorial Freedom. I love these names. They really do make my day. Calling the antimatter research station Black Mesa was such a stroke of luck that came out. Also, the fact that our space resort station ended up being called Space Station 13 was another just fantastic event. This is called the Fleeting Night. I think I've got one more to name. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, the Port Arthur needs to be renamed. The Severed Hand. Wow. That's a pretty aggressive name. Severed Hand. All right, that's all of our battleships named. Let's just get them rolled into their fleets. So Earth Fleet has some new ships. 3 new battleships in Earth Fleet. I think it's 2 new battleships for Mercury Fleet. I'm glad I'm finally getting my head around the interface to this game. Oh, I don't want to split the fleet. I want to merge the fleet. Let's do that again. Mercury Defense Fleet. There's no merge fleet option. Where are these ships? Are they in Mars orbit? So they're currently docked at Wasting Space Station. Where is where is my Mercury Defense Fleet? It's at Frosty Station. Okay, let's get them to move back to Wasting Space Station. And not Raid Shadow Red Legend Station. Alright, once they've moved over, they'll be fine. Okay, let's unpause. They've completed... I forgot they were called the Blurst Brigade. And now we can merge them. Ooh.
Score
Hang on,
one
pause
for
the game.
Good guys.
That is a big fleet. That is the fleet that originally came to Frosty Station and wiped out our defense fleets. And that is a lot of ships. Combat power of 4.4k. Hang on. Other fleet. 4.41k fleet heading for Frosty Station. That looks like two battleships. 2 dreadnoughts. Okay, what have we got? So the Mercury Defense Fleet is 3.8k. Earth Defense Fleet can transfer to Frosty Station in 2 weeks. They're going to arrive. So when is this alien fleet going to arrive? It's going to arrive on the 29th of August. So we need to do a transfer before they arrive so we can amalgamate both of our defense fleets. Yeah, there's going to be 21 ships in this fleet. This is a pretty nasty combat. Let's get the Mercury. There's a flight. There's a small battle we need to arrange in Mars orbit. Let me just get that underway before I forget about it. So I'm just going to get that transfer going. Okay. So we need to transfer Earth fleet to Frosty Station and Mercury orbit just before this fleet hits. At the moment, do we know of any alien fleets that are going to hit Earth just before? 20th of October is fine. See, the thing is, the second the Earth fleet leaves Earth orbit, the aliens are going to launch a fleet at Earth. 26th of September, 20th of October. Okay, so at the moment, there's no alien fleets due to arrive at Earth within the time period, the 4 weeks the fleet will need to transfer to Mercury and back. Also, Frosty Station is pretty well defended on its own. It has fought off alien defenders before. Which one is alien? Where's Frosty Station? So Frosty Station has 2 battle stations. Which actually have plasma battery Mark IIIs on them. Which are pretty nasty. That's a good point actually, Neil. Yeah, we could cut the fleet in half. And send like half the fleet over. Because we're not that far. Mercury fleet, thanks to the... actually, hang on. Let's finish upgrading Mercury fleet. So Mercury fleet on its own is 4.9k. Did I just hear something? Huh, I thought I heard a weird noise. So on its own, it's almost enough to defend against this fleet. What was the power of the fleet again? 4.4k. Okay. That's really good. That means that we don't need to send that many ships over from Earth. What we could actually do right now, just so it's done, is split off a small part of this fleet. Let's send them 2 battleships and 4 destroyers. And that's probably too many. Let's send them 2 battleships and 3 destroyers. That should be fine. Okay, but we have to think about this. So we're going to send the ultimate line of defense and the sacrificial protection and the unsinkable 2, and we're going to back them up. We're going to send 2 battleships. So what we're going to send them the unsinkable. No, that's a battleship. I want to send them destroyers. Actually, there's not many destroyers left in Earth orbit. Let's send them the 3 battleships then. We'll send them the unsinkable 2, and we'll send them the go-away simulator. I think that's probably enough. And we'll get that fleet. We'll name this the Mercury Reinforcement Fleet. This Frosty Station has been the site of so many battles. The fleet ships are going to be built in 10 days are in Mars orbit mishaps. They're under construction in the Mars shipyard. So they're under construction. Yeah, they're all in low Mars orbit. They're going to reinforce Mars fleet. So I'm going to send the Mercury Reinforcement Fleet to Frosty Station. No, I'm not. I'm going to send them to Wasting Space so they can refuel. It's in 2 weeks. I'll combine them with Mercury Defense Fleet, and that should be enough to defend Frosty Station. We're probably going to take some casualties here, but we'll refill with the next generation of defensive ships that we want to build. So that's okay. That's going to happen in August. We've got a fight about to happen in Mars. Let's let that kick off. No, it's not very helpful, is it? But unfortunately, Earth and Mercury shipyards just finished laying down ships. Okay, we've got the fleet. We've got the fight happening in Mars orbit. This will be pretty quick. We'll do a high. What's a great wall? 5 stat lines. No, we'll do a high wall. A heavy and center. Engage. Chase them down. What size of ship is this? It's a destroyer. Okay. See, I told you she'd fall asleep once she'd been out to go to the bathroom. Accelerate. Set them as our primary target. Set everyone to defensive. Speed the game up a little bit. Unpause. Turn off all this junk. Okay. First finally embraces acceptable losses. Look, we got through the first 10 years or something of this war without any losses, and I wanted to hold on to that. We used to have too many ships really getting engaged in combat. We could probably speed this up a little bit more. It's not a big combat. It's interesting to me that the turreted coil guns on the battleships have a much longer range than the spinal weapons. You'd assume the spinal... For me, I just assume the spinal weapons are bigger. Why did you... Okay, they're matching speed. That's why the destroyers are spinning around. That's why you set a padlock order, and they will stop doing that. Because they're matching speed with the battleships. But now they'll stop doing that because they've been given a padlock order. Okay, that plasma is just going to get straight through. That battleship's getting wrecked. We're going to lose a battleship here. Okay, we're not, but that battleship took a lot of damage that it didn't need to have. And why is the battleship so far? It's the Rocinante. That's why it's so far ahead. Because it's piloted by a bunch of cowboys. Okay, mission complete. We took a little bit of damage on the Rocinante. That's fine. We'll get them back to base in a second. Okay, let's send them back. Oops. Let's get them back to base. Game's going to crash for a second because I accidentally opened the ship window. They should just do that, mishaps. You're right. It's because I had them selected together, and if you select them together, they try and match speed, so they'll constantly turn around and decelerate. You have to separately order them into battle, which is just a slight annoyance I'd forgotten about. I did actually learn that lesson the hard way earlier on in the campaign, but I'd forgotten that it was a problem. Okay, they're transferring over. Yep, they'll get repaired and reinforced. Cool. Paramilitary violence. We have strong evidence that Chinese paramilitaries are committing atrocities in the Pyongyang region. The government of China has naturally denied any involvement. We are obliged to respond nonetheless. So we can crack down on armed groups. That unlocks parliamentary violence 2. Causes a small amount of damage to the economy and population of Pyongyang. Increases unrest in the Pacific Defense League. And cohesion in the Defense League will drop. And the resistance commits an atrocity. Let's not commit atrocities. We can request peacekeeping support from the international community. That causes a small amount of damage to the economy and population in Pyongyang, and unrest in the Pacific Defense League increases by 1. We can attempt to negotiate directly with China. We have a 58% chance to cause a small amount of damage to the economy, or 42% chance to increase unrest and cohesion, or we can retaliate in kind by funding our own paramilitaries. Let's request peacekeeping support, I think. No. We'll attempt to... So this is unrest 1, cohesion 1. This is just unrest 1. We'll try and request peacekeeping support. We'll see what happens there. Alright, got a new turn. Let's have a look at the situation on Earth. So... we've got... a lot of unrest everywhere. We're going to have to spend another turn dealing with that. Unfortunately, Chuck has a lot of aliens to fight, and I want to keep them doing that. So you can just keep focusing on the aliens. Guy, you can suppress unrest in the Pacific Defense League. Quiet, you can suppress unrest in Saudi Arabia. Fire, you can suppress unrest in Mexico. No one needs defended this turn? No, good. Distal, you need to suppress unrest in the Gulf states.
We'll turn down the heat.
I think we should start bombarding. Who are we bombarding to? China. Yeah, let's start bombarding China. That's going to go really well for us. They have nukes. Yes, I have a lot of nukes, but they also have nukes. And we know how that goes. We know how that story ends because we've seen it before. Okay, let's confirm assignments and let's unpause the game. How big is this fleet heading for Earth? One ship, that's fine. We don't need
The
paladin
online
paramilitaries.
shopping guy and the
Ah, mission to
electric car
Saturn.
guy can squabble over Mars all they like, but that's just selling humanity short.
Oh,
Trust me.
look at the shade
We
at
can do
Bezos
so
and Musk in
better.
that little
Director
in that little
Hollywood.
note there.
During
The
the
online
period
shopping
of
guy and the electric car guy. Like its larger neighbor Jupiter, the gaseous Saturn cannot support any infrastructure, let alone life. Although its considerable quantities of deuterium and helium-3 are of great interest in the fusion energy source, some of the moons within the vast and icy rings of Saturn are extremely promising as a potential home for human life. However, particularly the largest and aptly named Titan possesses all the elements required to sustain human life. That was weirdly worded. Despite the extreme cold and nitrogen-based atmosphere, there may be no better target for colonization in the entire solar system. The small Enceladus is also a prime target for long-term settlement. All of this not even to mention that there is far less radiation in the Saturnian system than around Jupiter, and therefore a far easier life for those who choose to dwell there. Saturn is a great and arduous distance to travel for sure, but as well as the abundance of resources and potential inhabitable land, from Saturn's moon we can launch ourselves to the outer worlds and close to wherever these extraterrestrials truly hail from. Cool. Alright, what do we want to research next? We're getting deep into the tech tree, like there's not a lot left. I've got GDs in progress, antimatter weapons in progress. There's Arrival Governance. Arrival Governance gets global ambition and takes us down interplanetary polities. I'm not sure what global ambition gives us, however. There's also targeted biological warfare. I don't think we need that. What else do we need? There's nothing back here that we haven't researched apart from Fall of Empires, high energy autothermal propulsion, electrostatic plasma confinement, and internal confinement fusion. What about network propaganda? Sure. Let's get network propaganda researched. Yeah, that's on our go. I just realized super colliders haven't been researching. We'll get mission data planets done down the road. I'm not in a rush to get it completed at the moment because we still need to get our hold our Callisto under
Things are
a bit
stabilizing.
more stability.
Things are stabilizing.
Cool. Thanks for that, Knights, guys.
Order is returning.
Violence is abating.
Okay, Mercury reinforcement fleet is just arriving at Mercury. Okay, we've got some more battleships as well. All of our Martian battleships just finished construction. So let's get them named. I'm not sure how to say this name. The Resure or the Recure of Homeland? Homeland is one of our battleships. Save name. If I switch this over to Resistance. Is that one of yours, T-Ram? Beacon's Wrath. Okay, next up. The Dunkirk. It's a good name. It's going to be renamed to the Decomposition. Next up. That's a good name. We've got the the Broad Side Quest. Best feature of the game here is just the naming of ships. I love it so much. Oops, I accidentally clicked on Mars. I didn't mean to do that. That's a Recure of Homeland. We've already named this ship. Yeah. Oh, the Hastings. This needs to be renamed to... Really? This ship's name, I hereby christen the My Mum. And finally, I think I've already renamed this one. Yeah, okay. They all need to be rolled into the Martian Defense Fleet. And the Martian Defense Fleet is finally a fleet of serious note. It's actually the most powerful fleet we have. That's everything. Also, I just realized that the Crayon Cavalry Fleet needs to return to the shipyard and repair. Why can I not... What's going on here? Why can't I see Scaffold Station? Scaffold Shipyard is here. Okay. I had a panic there that I may have accidentally... I thought for a second there I might have accidentally decommissioned Scaffold Shipyard. The problem is, Scaffold Shipyard is not showing up as a space station in orbit of Earth. Rushmore Station, Ruby Station, VTuber Nation, Party Rock, Orbiting Station, Space Station 13, Final Frontier Station, Stank Tank, Home Away from Home, Zushi Station, and Sundiata Keita Station are all here. But Scaffold Station, I didn't like decommission it by accident, did I? No, it's not decommissioning. And Crown Cavalry are actually in orbit of the station, docked at Scaffold Shipyard. And I can tell them to repair. That's why I can't tell them to go there, because they're in orbit of it. Duh. Okay, never mind. I'm just insane. It's definitely getting late. The Crown Cavalry is repaired.
By the numbers.
Excellent work, Chuck Rambo, wiping out that whole alien group. The Mercury reinforcement fleet has arrived. Let's add that in. Oh, it needs to repair first. We'll wait for it to finish resupplying. I just speed time up again. Okay, they're done. So now we can get the Mercury defense fleet and merge them with the Mercury reinforcement fleet. We now have a fleet with 7k power, which massively outguns the alien fleet. We'll now move the Mercury defense fleet to Frosty Station so I don't forget to do it later, so they can actually intercept the incoming fleet. Okay, that's all done. That's great, because what will happen is I'll start the stream next time, and that will cause the problem where I'll forget that I need to do that. Cool. Black Mesa has completed its HAB. And that is the end of the turn. Okay, right. I am definitely slipping, and it's bang on midnight. I think this is a good place to stop. I'm definitely keen to have 2 streams next week and keep this going. I have had a lot of fun this stream. We've had some good wins. We haven't lost anything. We've made some progress on Earth. I think we've made some progress on space. Our most important job for next stream is we need to design some new ships. So let's have a quick look at the ship construction. So what we probably want to do is upgrade our battleships and investigate whether... I know that you were saying that cruisers are the same cost as a battleship in terms of MC, but do we want to investigate having some cruisers in the fleet to act as our PD ships? And do we want to build a Titan? Do we want to have a Titan design that we want to use? Remember that we also have access to Lancers and Dreadnoughts. We haven't made use of these because we built them for assaulting Jupiter, and that never actually happened. We probably need to update. Okay, we did lose a destroyer. You're right, Mishaps. I apologize. So let's have a think about them. We'll get them in. We'll have a chat about them in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, I think there's a link in the description. If there's not, there's a link on my channel page. You can grab it from there. In terms of our nose weapons available to us at the moment, we have the Plasma Cannon Mark III that we can fit in here. Doesn't take up the whole slot though. Same with our lasers. I think we've got a magnetic weapon that might take it up. The Cold Cannon Mark III doesn't know. So we don't actually have anything that takes up the whole slot. Titans need super heavy weapons. Yeah, we haven't researched any, so that is a problem. We haven't got any 4-slot weapons to put into this location. But that's all something to chat about before the next stream, which will be next Tuesday, Monday for a lot of people. We'll be streaming again tomorrow, but we'll try out some other stuff. I'm pretty tired. It's been a long, really long week. Woof, what a week. I've had a lot of fun finishing it up with this, though. I hope you all... Yeah, there's a link on my channel page. I'll also upgrade the description of this to have it as well. But for now, I'm going to leave the stream there. I always so awkward at ending a stream, but I'm pretty chill tonight. I hope you've all had fun. I really enjoyed having you along. Thanks for the chat. It's always really great. That was stream 28. We've had 28 Terra Invicta streams, which is crazy. This game is so long. Tomorrow we're going to play some Hard Space. I'm also going to try and stream some Elden Ring. We'll see how that goes. But for now, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great morning, noon, night, etc. But for now, I'll catch you later. Ciao for now. Good night.